Another test we can apply to the same data set is the chi-square test of independence. So we can apply the test of independence. Works basically examines the hypothesis of whether two variables are independent, two categorical variables. So in this case, the categorical variable is the button type, whether it's original or new value, and the other variable is the download action, whether it's yes or a no. And basically the chi-square test of independence tests whether these two variables are related, whether the columns are related to the rows. So we can apply it immediately to the same 2x2 matrix that we've always been using for two populations. But the chi-square test has a couple of advantages. The first is that it's a non-parametric test, so it doesn't have to meet the rules for the parametric test. And the second one is that it can be used for more than two populations. So instead of having two types of buttons, original new, we could have 3 or 4 types of buttons, and we can compare all of them together. So it's more flexible in some ways. So let's look at an example of applying chi-squared to using Excel for A/B testing. So again, we've got the same website A/B testing scenario. You've got the original actual counts for A/B testing there for the call to action button, which we've already seen. And what we're doing with chi-squared is we want to compare the actual results with expected results. So essentially, the expected results are what would each cell look like if there were no difference between the two, if the variables were not associated. In other words, the way that numbers fell in the boxes was completely random. So that means we calculate an expected count for each cell. Remember the cell that we're interested in are not the total rows or the total columns, just the 4 cells in the matrix, center of the matrix. So for each cell, we calculate an expected value, which is the row total by the column total by the table total for that cell. So for the first cell we're looking at is new button and yes to download. So that means that the row total is 802, the column total is 3556. We divide that by the table total, and that gives us 396.21. And we repeat that for each one of the other 3 cells. And when we've got those 4 cells in the box filled out using a simple formula, we can then apply the Excel function chi-square test. And we apply that the chi-square test expects 2 arrays. The first array is the 4 cells in the original table, and the second array is the 4 cells in the expected table. And it compares them and provides you with a p-value. So there's an assignment there where you'll do that in Excel.